What's going on, guys? My name is KarQ. Welcome to the KarKives, the KarQ Archives channel, which is my second channel, all taken live from my stream at twitch.tv/KarQ. Today, we are watching and educationally roasting a Platinum 3 Torbjörn player submitted by Sir John a Ninja 1. He says he's a Plat 3 Torbjörn player, used to be an ex-Genji main, and decided to play the hero that plays itself with a free turret on Shambali Monastery. Let's see how we can educationally roast this Platinum Torbjörn, but also have him get some good value and get a little better at the game. Off the rip, you have a... You are on this team. Okay, you have a Junker Queen, interesting. Bap, Kiriko, Ashe, Torb. They have double sniper with Sigma. So I think in a composition like this with Junker Queen, you can actually like pressure the shield, the Sigma shield, because these two snipers are just gonna AFK on a spot and this guy's gonna be isolated. I respect the flank. They weren't checking for that. Okay. Honestly, I respect it, but dude, there's a sniper over your top left. Okay, now he's there. Are you gonna go for him? Oh my god. True Genji main instincts coming on now, dude. This is a press W only. I respect it. Listen, in these ranks, you can get away with this. You can try this stuff out, and if you get punished, you obviously stop. But like, oh my god, what on earth did I just witness? The press W, the flank, the Ana, they were seriously not expecting this. So all I want to say is, honestly, a pretty good job off the rip. I don't really have any comment here, especially in the metal ranks. You can get away with so much, and you know, yeah, all of Genji's instincts and Torb's little tiny body. Now let's talk a little mechanics here. Let's talk about your aim here. What do we have here? They have a shield. Nice. Is this console? Is this aim assist or am I tripping? Okay, I don't know what you're doing here. Oh. That's what you're doing. Wait, what? That's actually a goated spot for the turret, because they are not going to reliably break that from that way. That's actually a pretty good spot. That's a good sight line. Dude, I'm learning more than what am I here to roast? That's pretty good. The second spot I would have thought of was probably putting the turret right underneath the point, to be honest with you. If you have it here, you can also, like, a lot of people are going to drop down and try to contest the point, and they probably wouldn't look down here as well. This could also be an annoying one. This one's an easier one. That one's a pretty far one. I mean, it could work. You want to spam the corners. I've seen a lot of Torbs in my games lately, and yeah, you could just play these little cheeky corners. And what you want to do here, you start with the turret. You can play behind the turret. You don't even have to drop down here. Yeah, so here's what I would do in this moment. This turret is fine. This angle blocks this little hole. I've seen Torbs play here so far. And they just sit here, use this piece of cover, and you just shoot this little corner. That's a pretty safe bet to get decent value. And if they decide to push you, you pop your overload and you just run and hide, and you just play behind this cover. That being said, you could get isolated, but for the most part, if your team is like holding this angle, it should be all right. Yeah, so now you got caught into a Sigma ultimate that just ultimately, you can also keep shooting while you're in it. So you might have been able to avoid death there. So like the only thing I could pick on so far was just the mid fight. So it seemed like when you were engaging earlier, like your actual team fighting skills seems decent, but like right here, you just have to understand, like they're not contesting yet. This is what I call the pre-fight. And if you watch my game earlier, did you see when I would like randomly round a corner against these like two Torb mains in my matches earlier today? I just got killed around a corner because all these Torbs do is they just stand there in the early fight and they just spam the corner. Because you have a Cheeto slow projectile, and you'd be surprised how often they like walk into your headshots. You just keep spamming the corner. They're hard to see. It's not like these guys can't not peek. Like these guys eventually have to peek to like support their team anyway. So if they get a random headshot from you, it goes a long way. So you can put a little cheekier turret here, spam this corner. That's a good start. You might have been able to, you would have avoided the Sigma ultimate. So that was probably your first mistake right there. Take your advantage because they still have to come to you, right? If they don't contest you, then you get to push this entire stairs for free. That's a little, I mean, that's what they could do. This is Platinum. You knew they were gonna have to come to you, so just let them do that. You're playing Torbjörn. Oh, you gotta take the far right angle? I respect it. Okay, go. Your team just killed everybody. They don't need you. Okay, you hit the turret. All right, gotta keep going. Grab the mega health pack, sure. Put a little cheeky angle. Drop the turret. This turret here is probably gonna get destroyed pretty early. Yo, Flats with the ginormous raid. I appreciate it. I probably would have dropped the turret a little earlier. Like, if you drop it here now and they break it, at least you can get closer to your Torb ultimate by putting it up here and just like annoying them. But they will probably break it before they fully commit, which is why I think a more defensive turret, like eventually later on, would be quite beneficial. Or you can just sit here, don't let them know your position. There's two ways to play it. And then you stick the turret down after the fact, the moment they start fighting. So don't throw it up here because they could like round the corner shoot it. I would actually like stick it here. So when they cross this corner, all their attention's here. They're gonna slowly get picked off on the side from the turret. Also down the stair too wouldn't be bad. This is out of line of sight for most people. The only way they can break that is if they walk into this territory, and that's gonna block it. But like, I like your ideas. Like honestly, so far so good. Give us your ult. Good. Alright. Trying to show him a little, let him respect you a little bit. Overload's gonna run out. He fired his shot. You're gonna wait for some heals. Hey, so far, so good. And yes, if you guys just joined, I'm not doing like a roasting bronze. We're roasting a platinum player, but I call it an educational roast. Flats and I have a educational roast of his Ana like a year ago. That was also a pretty good video. So this is what we're doing for the viewers right now. I'm gonna go play ranked a little bit after this, just so you guys know. But hey, Sir John, Mr. Naisu, good shit so far. Don't get knocked up by this. Oh my god. Alright. Turret around the corner. Hey, you just wasted half your overload. What? Just chuck it and go. You're okay. So here's. That's fine. Reload. Don't pop your ultimate yet. You're in the Kitsune rush. Use your attack speed. They're gonna run anyways. So you just wasted like 2 seconds here doing nothing. You're in an attack speed boost in the Kitsune rush. And you popped your overload. You were firing your Cheetos and you're emptying that bag so fast. Yeah, you wasted half of it there. That was mechanical error. And then you popped your ultimate as they're running. This is probably gonna get spread real far. Like, you got value, but it's like not optimized. It looks it's very easy to say you did everything right here, but like it's not optimized. And like, you're not gonna get away with that forever. And I've never actually played Torb on this map. I hardly ever play this map, but just thinking off the bat, I actually think a turret tucked in this corner would actually be pretty potent as well. Like right here, away from their line of sight. This one, when they come out, they can actually like get an angle and just shoot it. But if it's tucked away, like the people fighting here on point, is that in line of sight? Yeah, that's actually a pretty dangerous ult right there, Torb turret spot. It looks pretty good too. I think Mercy. I mean, they couldn't contest, but hey, okay, so far, not bad, but we can clean it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, where'd you start off with your turret spot here? Okay. Are there any other spots that could be a little dangerous? If they don't sweep this area, I actually think the turret right here could be pretty deadly. Because like, they're gonna keep fighting you around the choke. Fight. Imagine this was Blizzard World. You know Blizzard World, when you round that left side, a lot of Torbs stick their turret up there because it's super annoying. Because like, in order to break it, they'd have to turn like this and shoot it. And if they turn their backs against this angle, it's kind of nasty. A couple of other spots to think about, so. Okay. Remember that whole idea of like shooting chokes? I think this door is easier and safer because you're open to 2 sight lines. Maybe it's just because of like all the games I play, but just pretend every game has a Widowmaker. Maybe it's because I'm a support main and like that's just my irrational fear, but it's not that irrational. It's pretty rational. In this situation, if I played at a high elo as Torb, I would just like hold this corner and just spam one angle and minimize the chance till I know exactly what comp they're playing. This whole like, you can do this as a tank, stand out here, sure, but like as a squishy with no mercy on your team, you just pretend they have a Widow till you know they don't. Spam that corner. You would have hit some nice shots. I mean, you got 11% there. That's good. Your turret's gonna break right now. Yeah, that one just dies immediately and loses value. So you don't have it for 10 seconds, but it's not the worst. Fire away, and you're just a choke spammer at this point. Okay, so stick your turret in a more defensive spot. That's fine. That's okay. Now I'd probably get out of the open right here. This is like fine to begin, but you could probably just jiggle this corner and just be a choke spammer. If you were gonna play passive, you stand here, you spam this choke or this choke around the corner, and you will farm coom like crazy and you stay out of the fair range. The other approach is like if your Junker Queen is a little like aggressive, you could like play close corner and like if you trust yourself to flank, I mean that's what you did in the first round. You saw you got away with it. You could gamble. A lot of this game is a little push and pull. You see how much you can get away with. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Were you watching that game earlier? I played with that King's Row. My Reinhardt did the whole like sit behind the back as this is literally a top 500 game where this Reinhardt's playing in their theater mega health pack and they try to charge through. Like people still try this shit at all ranks. You just see if you can get away with it. He couldn't get away with it, so he cut it out. Whenever you watch GM players smurf and platinum, they're just pushing the envelope. It does build bad habits because you feel like you can get away with more if you smurf too much, but like just do it and just recognize when it doesn't work, you stop. That's all. Anyways, I like the aggression. Decent, but they're rezzing, so their tank is still down and you're challenging a double pocketed Sojourn. You're probably gonna die. No, you're not. You backed up in time. Okay, you had your overload just in time. She didn't shoot you. Oh, there you go. Choke spam. Whoa. Okay, whoa. You didn't die there. 9 times out of 10, you die in a different elo. What was this? Fine. Anti, 59 HP. Dude, just don't peek. Holy. You guys are playing with fire. Oh, what are you doing here? I didn't even see you here. When did you sneak up on me? When did you even sneak up here? Are you feeling okay? But anyways, you would probably die in most situations there, so like, dude. I mean, you got away with it because you were pushing the envelope, even though you didn't intentionally do that. But just be careful, especially if you get antied. The dog's here to roast you. Okay. The game flow, even, neutral. Yeah, so do you see what you're doing? Like, it looks like you're doing fine, but you're actually pulling resources away from your tank. This is actually what I noticed for a lot of players. It's like, I'm doing so well, I'm DPSing so much, but like, you are chronically low and stressing the fuck out of your Kiriko and your Baptiste right now. Like your tank can absorb the damage. This Kiriko is like literally trying her best. Her pores. Look at this poor Kiriko trying to like heal your like. I'm 20 HP, but standing in the open lane and I continuously take damage. This Kiriko's got to keep up 3 people, and you're just like absorbing and taking all this damage and it's just stressing the fuck out of her out. And now this Junker Queen is low and she ends up dying. So please, for the love of God, if you get low and you're antied, you wait till the anti's over, you wait for your overload and just shoot like this and just jiggle. You're standing right here and just taking random chip damage and you're making the jobs of your support hard. That's something you don't notice while you're playing it, but when you watch it over, like, think about it, right? You're pulling resources away all the time if you're constantly taking damage. It's fine if you're taking damage, but you're like getting something back, but you're just spamming, and it's not like guaranteed you're getting kills right now. So as a healer, as someone who plays Kiriko a lot too, like, I'm fine pocketing a person and pocketing some people, but like, if everybody's taking obscene amounts of damage, like, please use fucking cover, for the love of God. At least until people are healthy. You also have to recognize your Junker Queen is like trying her best to like stay alive and stall this card. So you have to not take that much damage like this. This is too much. And then she dies and everything falls apart. Your tank, by the way, is the most valuable asset on the team right now. In the 5v5 setting, your tank has the highest HP pool and is like what glues your entire team together if you don't have any ultimates. So if she dies, or like, you know, her position gets compromised because she gets low really quick, like your entire thing will just fall apart. You're doing with your Kiriko? Yeah, you're probably stressing out your friend, straight up. Okay, so please keep that in mind. You almost have your Coom. Respectable. You can probably do it. You killed their Arista. Remember I said their tank is the most valuable thing? I mean, they're not really killing you, but... Okay, use cover. Wait. Yes, you got a little juice. Okay, now you can re-peek. Okay, they're ending now. You might want to Coom soon. Okay, that's your Cooming. Spread your Coom out a little bit, please. Thank you. Decent Coom coverage. Not bad. Spread it out a little bit more. Just one little ooze, by the way, is imagine 1 ooze is like, that's 1 squirt, like this. It's like a 3-meter radius. So you do want to spread them out because they spread out. If you stack too many, you're like overlapping like a Venn diagram. And you don't want Venn diagrams. We're not in 5th grade anymore, okay? You want to spread your circles. You want to spread your love to the enemy, and you're stacking them. You're trying to juggle 2, 3 people at once. Okay? Oh, you're doing the whole open thing, but they're kiting, and you have Bob, so it's okay. All right, now you can just press W. That's fine. I hear the pocket behind you. Your Bob is cutting the sight lines. This pressing your advantage and pressing W here is actually a good recognition. I do want to commend that. Right, earlier when you're like, you could see the stress. Everybody was low. That was kind of risky, but people are healthy. You have a Bob sent out here, and Bob immediately means the enemies have to break line of sight or burst it down immediately. So you actually press your advantage with that ultimate. So this was good. I don't know if you were thinking about that because you were just your eyes saw red because you saw a low Orisa, but this was actually the correct idea or the correct play. So I do want to commend that. So when you have an advantage like that, and you know what the enemy response is to a Bob is to run. You can press that advantage, take advantage of that. That's actually good. I don't know how often you play Torb with this map. Maybe you're trying to figure out an angle with as well. You're spending an awful lot of time finding an angle. Yeah, just drop it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. No, you don't need to play here. You're actually in a fine spot. You see where your KarQ's playing? You could just use this pole. You love poles. You could just jiggle like this, spam, spam, spam. You're just opening yourself up to them right here to just get. Are you gonna get Orisa ulted soon? Let's actually find out. I feel it's gonna happen. Are you about to get Orisa ulted? No, you got speared. Oh, the Orisa actually got low. Yes, you got Orisa ulted. Could that have been avoided? Potentially. And then you lose. You actually didn't need to like press W into the open lane like that at all. Okay. I would say your attacking round was pretty good for your playstyle, but you're playing really sloppy on the second round. Okay, flank turret. I mean, it can only do so much. I would argue, if they don't flank in this angle, you can actually do 2 things with this turret. I've seen a Torb player in my games, he puts a turret on the staircase, where only the tippy top of the hitbox is showing here. So like when people stand here, they can't see it. And then if the tank wraps the corner, the tank is taking too much aggression that he's not gonna be able to shoot this turret reliably. And it serves as a, what do you call that? Like a beep, beep, beep. Like detection for any flankers here. Because if anybody, like a tracer, anybody tries to walk here, that turret's gonna detect it. So there's 2 purposes for this turret right here. So that's deterrent. That's a good word. I would probably put it there if I were you. Also, I do want to say, Torb's shots are as Cheetos, are a projectile that curve down. And I think you're making it a lot more unreliable for you to hit back-to-back headshots by jumping each shot. Like, they go like this, they dip down, and as you jump, your projectiles are landing at way different elevations. You'd be surprised. I actually want to, if I could, there was a couple of Torb players I just played with earlier. You could just watch how they play. They kind of just stand there and they just shoot the same spot or like roughly on the same x-axis because that's the head level. These are projectiles. These are not hit scan shots. So you just want to keep them on the same x-axis so you have the highest chance of dinking back-to-back, a person back-to-back. Because if you're shooting one and jumping for the second one, what are the chances you hit the same guy twice in the head? Very, very low. Oh, it's the Genji in you? Yeah, too much double jump here. Anyways, that first turret was a defensive deterrent as long as your team holds this choke. If you have to give up the space, you adjust where you play now. So your secondary option, secondary turret, you could also put it up here. If they wrap this corner, you could put it a little bit more defensively, but you do have to move your turret now because your Junker Queen is giving up that space there. Okay, you're bobbing. Tuck the turret to your left. Oh my god, it's a huge ult. Or there, sure, whatever. They're not gonna break it, so it's gonna shoot them nonstop. Honestly, yeah, that was a really good play from your Junkertown. Junker Queen made a great play there. That was a good ultimate. Alright, you wait for the next push. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna... You see that? Your turret here. There's a sneaky boy here. If you had the turret here, it would see it. Because now if it's here, there's a high chance this turret gets locked onto someone in the front and it breaks. If this Junkrat flanks you and kills you, over. Are you hungry, pasta? No, not right now. Oh, yeah, you did die to a Torb. I mean, the Torb turret, hey, you know what'll be good? I think the Torb turret shoots the tire, doesn't it? If there's nothing else to shoot at, if this Torb turret could have actually shot that tire like 50 HP, and you would have had the heads up or conditioned yourself to know that the junk was to the left, and it made you like more wary of it, so you wouldn't have died to it. Hey. Okay. Oh, you're challenging them? Absolute alpha play. Throw your turret down. Okay, if you're gonna take this 1v1, throw it down and whenever I get flanked by Torbs and they don't have their turret down, you just put it down. It's like an extra body block and it shoots target for you. Okay, so in a 1v1 situation like that, you forgot to put your turret down. Put your damn turret down when you're fighting him in a 1v1 if you do decide to challenge it. It's not bad because you do have over health. You're doing the whole sitting in the open, you might stress out your support kind of thing again. Jiggle corners, jiggle corners. Oh, he's gonna ult you. Back a turret down behind you. Just look. Shoot it, drop your turret, just throw it down, just throw it down. Okay? At this point, if it's not already down, yeah, you just throw it down. You see what you did? Do you see what you're doing there? That's what you should have been doing the whole game. Exactly this. Do more of this. You see what? Look at this. Wait, are you jumping? Do you see the low? Okay, right here. 1. Think. 2. A little too high, but 3. You're not moving too much. 4. You got 1 dink, but that's what I want you to do more of. And if you watch it in slow-mo, you see every time you jump, it exemplifies it right there. Where you try to jump and shoot like this. Like if you just kept it at head level, like the consistency will go up on this hero. That's what you want. Do more of that. You're gonna have to overhealth that. Shoot it. Honestly, you have no choice to get away. He probably already saw you. I would probably just challenge the tire there and try to break it if I were you. Okay, turret down. Sure. Also, if you guys don't know, Torb doesn't have any fall off range, fall off damage at all. So like no matter what the range is, you're doing full damage. Especially, you just say those fuckers keep coming back. Holy shit. You'd be surprised. Like maybe it's just because I'm conditioned against Roadhog. I just don't want to put myself in the range of getting hooked here. This Ryan could randomly drop a shield, and if you get hooked here, this is just bad. Yeah, dude, you're in front of this window. Imagine if you were just playing like this corner. I've seen some Torb players, or just people play here on 3rd point, right? This is your piece of cover. There's an angle you can spam. There's a window that magically appeared here. If you weren't here, you could be doing so much. 140 to the body. And your turret would have been behind the window there too. And you might get hit by this dragon now. Yeah. Now you're gonna make the job harder for your support, because now your support's gotta look for you. You're at 30 HP this whole time. Oh, you have overload? I know you didn't. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was a sloppy fight. You guys just win this though. Yeah, okay, so turret, put the turret down, put the turret. Okay. He discorded. Go for the mercy. Whoa. You should have went for the mercy first, but your other guy killed him. Your target priority there was also bad. This is fine, he's discorded, right clicking, he just missed. Mechanically, like you'll get better over time, that's fine. You should see this. I would have shot the mercy first. Personally, the most fastest guaranteed kill, especially if she lives and super jumps away or pops Falc and she doesn't die, you'd be in trouble. In conclusion, Sir John, honestly, not bad for platinum. I actually think you can easily hit diamond as long as you just clean up your play. It's mostly just a consistency issue, and your decision making is a little, like, it's super easy fixes, thinking about that turret placement for not only like a detection thing, but cheeky angles where they can't break it right away. Number 2, spamming chokes. Less stress on your supports by you not absorbing that much damage for the rest of your team. Healers, supports can't heal stupid. Just be less stupid in the open lanes and taking too much damage. Like it's fine to take some damage, that's just how Overwatch works, but more cover, spamming chokes, less jumping while spamming chokes too, because you're also shooting a projectile that has a lower arc and it falls down, but overall not too bad. You have easy potential for diamond. Hopefully you found that a little helpful. Just keep those like 5 things in mind and you'll clean up your play and you'll easily hit diamond. That was the most roasty I could get. You just can't heal stupid.